My name is Rafael Bruder. I am from New York, from Manhattan specifically, and I am a finance and management major here at Georgetown. I think my first interaction with the Psaros Center was really early on, actually, meeting a lot of the scholars from the prior year, and they inspired me to apply over in the spring just because they talk so highly about their experience with the trek, and it was really cool to kind of learn about something that was so different than what I thought I'd be getting from a normal business school education, especially just being in Washington, D.C. And they were just so welcoming that I thought it'd be an awesome experience to try out the next year. And I'm very happy it worked out. It was really packed. It was awesome to be able to do so many different things in such a short amount of time. I know our first 3 days in DC, we just went from place to place and we just met so many high positioned people, so many people with huge amounts of influence that maybe I'd never really heard of before, especially being at the CFTC and the SEC and just talking with people, seeing their kind of takes on the world, seeing their takes on the market and the outlook going forward. I think it was just really cool to get that kind of exposure at such a young age. We got to learn about the different affairs between the private sector and government, and especially how a lot of the policy decisions at the SEC impact so much of the private markets. I remember that was a huge sticking point when we went to New York and talked to all the different companies, how they said government impacts what they do so heavily. And so I think it's awesome to have that background. And I thought it was really cool to talk to the people in the private sector as well, especially the banks and all the asset managers. I thought that was super interesting. And I think even if I don't go into something government related, it's really important to have that knowledge of what are the factors in your industry and just have the connections and the knowledge to do well. I'm definitely looking at more government related classes, definitely taking an interest in a lot of the SFS electives, the super niche ones that I wouldn't have considered before, just because now I know that they have such a big impact on what we do in the finance world. And I think I also want to continue my involvement definitely with the Psaros Center, just because they've been so great, and just keep learning about things that are government related and how they can impact the business world. I think the Psaros Center does a really good job at dividing and conquering and kind of combining those two pursuits, as is its namesake, the financial policy world.